Hello, thank you so much for coming to join me. How are you? I hope you're well. It's been another busy week. We've spent the week dyeing threads for the pre-order embroidery kits for cow parsley, this one that I'm stitching now, wren and robin, and they're all dyed up now. Lots of the packages have already gone out, and the pre-orders of those 3 kits will be going out next week. We've got a lot of packaging next week. We've also got the autumn box, our mellow richness box, will begin shipping next week as well. So thank you for all of your orders, and I know lots of you are already stitching the cow parsley and the wren and robin. Thank you for all your lovely photos and your messages. I'm just thrilled you love them. I'm also thrilled you love the threads. Lots of you have been saying it's the first time you sort of stitch with this kind of thread and that you're really enjoying it. It just gives a completely different look to the usual sort of DMC that often is what we use, which I also love equally. I was just going to show you this actually. This little cow parsley kit comes with the, still doing that, and I will jab myself on that in a minute. You get the dark green of the stem, and then you get this sort of whitey grey colour here, which is sort of to give more definition, more sort of 3D to your stitching. But then you also get a very pale, show you, a very pale green that comes with it, and you can see the difference there. That's where you've just got the white with the grey tinge, but as soon as you put the green in, it sort of comes alive. I think it really pops. So that's what that's there for, and just lots and lots and lots of loose French knots, and it will just be lovely and fluffy. That's my little waist knot. So I always start with a waist knot, which is a knot that I put on the surface, and then I do a couple of tiny stitches so that it won't come undone. So that on the back, obviously the back of any stitching will be messy, but you don't get lots of knots, because the problem with knots, particularly if you're using slightly thicker thread, is that you will often sort of find yourself going into a knot, and then the back of your work becomes really difficult to stitch through, which makes it stressful, and we want stitching to be non-stressful. So that's why I use a waist knot, but you don't need to. That's just what I do because it's how I prefer to stitch. So anyway, that's the cow parsley kits. Absolutely thrilled that you are loving them. Also, I should say this comes with another colour, which is a darker colour, which is for the text or embellishment that you can put on, because I do love a bit of embellishment. So that's the cow parsley kit. The first one sold out very quickly. Then we did 2 lots of pre-orders. There are only a couple of those left now, but I will put that on pre-order again, which just all that means is that we're going to dye it for you, and you know, we'll get it out to you as soon as we can. All I would say is everything that we do is done by hand, so we are working as quickly as we can to get them out to you, and thank you for your patience. Also, when I finish stitching, just because I do get asked this, I would just do a couple of tiny stitches like that back into your work, or just literally go back through your work a couple of times and then cut it off. It's not going to come undone. Now, the other little thing that we've got coming back into the shop is our sweetest flower, which I will show you the bags and the threads, and it was the little pin cushion. So these are the bags. We've got a certain amount of these going into the shop with this slightly different, this will be one lot of the lining that goes out. This also went out in some of the first batch, and the other one is the one that is shown in the picture. Always Liberty lining, sometimes with Liberty tabs, sometimes with this is gorgeous 100% linen faded rose pattern. Absolutely love it. Anyway, sorry, did I say this is our sweetest flower box, and I sort of vary the colour of the threads and the tabs, etc., so that you always get something a little bit different. And that comes, so it comes with this bag, and then the kit to make this little pin cushion, which, so you will get the backing fabric and the design, and you will get the threads, which are around here somewhere. These are the threads that they come with. So you can stitch this any way you wish. I've done the roses 3 different colours, and I've done the leaves in this colour, and I've sort of done all different colour French knots. You could do yours completely different to this. I've stuffed mine. It doesn't come with the stuffing. I've stuffed mine with the offcuts of the threads and yarn for when we tidy them for you. But you could put toy stuffing in there. You could put walnut cross shells. You could do anything you want in there, whatever it is you like to stuff them with. I absolutely love it. It's a gorgeous size, and this is pure linen as well. So you get the 4 threads, the bag, the pincushion kit, and there's probably a tea light in there for you. And the first batch of those sold out really quickly. They are now on pre-order. When they're gone, they're gone. There won't be any more of these because we're not going to have time to do them, because we've got time between now and Christmas is really kind of segmented, so we know what we've got coming up. So this will be the last batch of these, but thank you for your love of them. So the last thing that I wanted to tell you about, so we have a new little kit. This is Copperfield the Rabbit. So if you know our Foxglove Chronicles, you may have had an advent from us in the past, or a Christmas box, or one of our Foxglove boxes that we've done many over the years. And Copperfield is the central character, and he is a little rabbit with a heart of gold, who his mother and father have an absolute love of Dickens. I should say the original story, this is set in the late 1800s, and Foxglove Wood is next to Foxglove Cottage, where a little family live, and they also love Dickens. And Copperfield's mother and father have heard the stories being read out loud to the children, and Bessie, the mum, has a real fixation, a real love of Dickens. So they live in Dickensborough, and their children are all named after the characters that she loves so much in the Charles Dickens novels. So this is Copperfield, and he has 2 little sisters called Amy and Estella, and a little baby brother called Pip. So what we've decided to do is to really celebrate Copperfield, because you love the stories, and this will come with a little story about Copperfield. It's really, you're going to learn a lot more about Copperfield. And this is a beautiful embroidery. So this is bigger than our usual embroidery. It will come with 8 threads. So these are your thread colours. And these are the colours that we feel represents Copperfield. So when we do our designs, Christopher and I sit and think about what we want to do. Christopher does a lot of the designing. We will then come up with a pattern, which I stitch. And then when we're happy with it, we come up with a final one, which is what you stitch. So you will have yours will be printed on pure linen. So it'll be very, very slightly different to this one because we have tweaked it. By the time this video goes up, this will be available in the shop. And it comes with 8 hand-dyed threads. These are on our BFL silk base. So as I've said before, they're slightly like the cow parsley. I just found all the cow parsley colours, by the way. It's thicker thread. It's beautiful to use. It gives a lovely definition to your stitching. And we love dyeing it. So these are the colours that you're going to get. Yeah, reflecting Copperfield. And I think, but it's up to you where you put them. So you will have a picture of how I've done mine, how I've chosen to use my colours, but you may decide you want to do yours completely different and use these in any which way you want to, so that your stitching is completely unique to you. So this will be a kit with 8 colours. You will have your pattern, which will be on pure linen. There aren't really instructions as such because you're stitching over the lines. You can interpret the leaves as you wish to, for example here. So you may stitch these slightly differently, the leaves for example. It's a bit like how I approach sort of slow stitching. You're getting a pattern, but I love that you make it your own. So you may choose to do this in purple with lavender little flowers or leaves. That's up to you, but I hope you love it and I hope you enjoy doing it. Now this is available initially as a stitch kit, and there will be the option to add on a drawstring bag and needlebook should you wish to, so that if you just want the pattern you can have the pattern. If you like the bags you can order one of those too. This will begin shipping probably at the end of next week, simply because we have got so much to ship next week. If we can get it out sooner we will, but we've literally got so many boxes and kits that we're shipping next week, and we know kind of what we're doing day to day. So these will probably start going out at the beginning of next week. But you can see it's a good size pattern. Would make a lovely thing for your piece of art for your wall. I would absolutely encourage you when you're finished to embellish it and put writing around it, or your own floral. You could perhaps put flowers all the way around as a little floral frame. You could make this into a cushion. You could do what you want. It's a generous piece of fabric, so you know, if you wanted to make it into a cushion or a bag, you could. So yeah, I hope you love it. So that is Copperfield the Rabbit, and that is in the shop now. So it's been lovely spending time stitching with you. I think this video will probably go up a day later than normal, because just the time it takes to edit and get it up, etc. And we've been so busy that I'm sorry if this is going up a day late, but I hope you've lit your candle and poured yourself a drink, and that you have been stitching along with me. So happy stitching. I hope you have a lovely week, and I will see you next week.